From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Daniels Roofing, licensed, bonded, insured roofing contractor. 45 years of generational expertise, offering a variety of roofing systems in the North State. Composition shingles, metal, tile, fire-safe wood shingles, and spray foam roofing systems. An energy-saving cool roof, perfect for commercial flat roofs and mobile homes. With other companies, you may get a foreman or a salesman. But with Daniels Roofing, you get Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniels Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Good morning, everyone. It's hard to believe it's Friday already, but many of you had that short work week here, so we're wrapping up the work week with another hot day, but temperatures are going to start to drop starting today. We're also talking about a chance for showers in the forecast. A lot to talk about in our deeper dive forecast, but let's get you through Kruger's Quickcast here this morning. And heading out the door, maybe heading out to work, getting the kids off to school. You got temperatures around 70 in the valley, some fog along the coast, much like yesterday. Still a little hazy for some of those mountains, especially to the east of the valley this morning. In fact, there you can see for the Bear Fire producing most of that smoke down towards eastern Plumas County. But as we go through the day today, as you can see, we'll start to see a lot of that haze be kind of move on out. Still a little hazy for places like eastern Plumas County, not to mention Lassen County, and maybe even a little bit of that haze out towards places like Modoc County as well. Now, we've been talking about the potential for showers and thunderstorms for the last several days in Modoc County and in the eastern mountains. Forecast models are really backing off on that. You'll also notice we have a lot of that fog along the coast. Now, there may be some clearing through the day for some of us along the coast, but overall, we're socked in with that low clouds and that fog. Now, you'll notice a lot of the cloud cover just east of the state line into Nevada. So we could see a stray shower or a sprinkle or even a thunderstorm in extreme eastern Lassen, Plumas, and even Modoc County here through the afternoon. But overall, I don't expect much in the way of thunderstorms. Most of it, again, will be off to the east. Maybe the best chances for a stray sprinkle or even a light shower will be in places like Cedarville, maybe Fort Bidwell as well, up to the north, really. But overall, I don't expect much of that activity. The heat advisory will be allowed to expire for all of the areas in orange here later on this evening, so we do have another hot day in store for us, but we're beginning the cooling trend today. 105 for Redding, 101 for Chico, about 79 degrees out towards Lassen Park. Nice place to cool off there. But 92 degrees out in Fall River Mills, and those temperatures in the low 60s for the coast. So yes, it's going to stay fairly cool for the immediate coast here, thanks, of course, to those low clouds and that fog. Now, again, today, one more triple-digit day. Now, it'll be close to the 100-degree mark for Redding, especially on Saturday. But you see that downward trend, and for everyone across the board, I've got a chance in there for showers, maybe thunderstorms on Wednesday. Not set in stone, not 100%, but something worth watching and something to at least hope for, right? It'd be nice to see some of that rain. Mid-60s for the most part for the coast over the next 7 days inland. And for Trinity County, also seeing that downward trend in those temperatures. That's also the case for Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and not to mention the eastern mountains. Down to the 70s by the time we do get into the middle and latter part of next week. All right, that is your Kruger's Quickcast. Now let's go into your deeper dive forecast. We're going to start off with our headlines as the cooling trend, as I mentioned, starts today, but as I mentioned, still hot. But not as hot this weekend. Bigger cool down over for next week with the possibility for some showers and thunderstorms by around the middle of next week. Quick update on the Boise fire at 87% containment as of last night. Still at just under 13,000 acres. We take you out to the Park fire at, actually that should be 99% containment here. And we take you down to the south here. As you can see here, we've got the Bear fire just over 3,000 acres at 15% containment. Again, all of these numbers are as of last night. A lot of times these numbers do get updated shortly after I record this weather update, wouldn't you know? Perfect timing, right? All right, so let's take a look at the winds. A little breezy out there for the valley, a little breezy off to the east as well. We take you into your Saturday. The wind's still a little breezy at times, but really we're not looking at any major wind events heading our way anytime soon. And it's going to be your typical dry air out there as well. I don't expect much improvement in the humidity levels, most likely staying in the single digits for the valley today, tomorrow, and even into your Sunday. A little bit of improvement that we're seeing here off in the eastern mountains, but overall we're just going to continue to see those very dry conditions. So what that means for our fire weather risk, high to very high for the valley, central Siskiyou County. And again, that typical spot off to the east where we're seeing the moderate to high category. And we're just going to go ahead and rinse and repeat that as we take you into your Saturday and most likely even into your Sunday as well. So yes, we are seeing temperatures slowly drop, but we still have that high fire danger that we just need to be aware of. Now, the heat advisor, as I mentioned here, for all of the areas in orange will be allowed to expire here later on this evening. So we've got this ridge of high pressure that's in place, but what you'll notice here, this little dip in the jet stream right here, this right here is enough to help to start to cool our temperatures down, especially going into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. See that warmer air? It just kind of pushes on through. And I say that because the main heat is with the ridge of high pressure. This little trough right here, it's not coming from a cool source, but it is more mild air. So that's why our temperatures will start to drop going into the weekend. Now, there is an area of low pressure right here that now looks like it's going to dive way down to the south and really won't have much impact on our weather. This will stay well to our north, but there is some cooler air coming in from the Gulf of Alaska that'll be coming down around the middle of next week. Now, it's beginning to look more of what we call an inside slider as it kind of moves down to the south and east. So a couple of things we'll have to watch with Wednesdays. Of course, number one, the good news is cooler temperatures, right? But it's really this positioning of this low is not too terribly promising for a lot of rain. So you may remember I mentioned maybe that chance for showers Wednesday. It all depends on the positioning of this area of low pressure. And it's been changing over the last several days. It's been over here. It's been up a little bit more to the north. It's been more down to the south on top of us. But now we're beginning to see both the European and the GFS, the American Forecast Model, agree a little bit more on the positioning of this. So we'll see. But for now, I've got that chance for showers in there. But this is also, you may have heard me make the expression or use the expression inside slider. That can also typically give us a strong north wind event as well. So we'll have to watch for that potential. And of course, that will then shift off to the east and the northeast as we go through next week and more of that mild air. So we see the drop in our temperatures. The peak of the cooling trend looks to be on Wednesday, and then temperatures start to just slowly ramp up again going into the end of next week and into that next weekend. But I don't see any major heat waves heading your way anytime soon. In fact, the temperature outlook is putting us in that near normal category with our temperatures. So again, no major heat waves. Here's the heat today, temperatures dropping. So again, around Wednesday, it peaks with that cooling trend, kind of goes back up and then maybe back down again toward the end of that next weekend. But again, you can see temperatures are not really warming up a whole lot after we get through this heat wave. We do have an area of low pressure right here kind of spinning. This is going to have a minor impact on us, really mainly in the form of some clouds that you'll probably see passing through later on today. The Storm Prediction Center is holding on strong to their forecast of thunderstorm potential here for all the areas in green. I'm going to have to disagree with this one. I really am going to have to do this. And the reason I'm showing this is I just want you to see that that potential is being thrown out there. So on some of your weather apps, if it's not the Weather NorCal app, you may see chances for thunderstorms in your forecast here. If you live out in Bernie, Mount Shasta, El Turris, Susanville, Portola, it's all showing that. But I don't agree with that. I'm going to show you two forecast models to really help illustrate why I don't expect it to happen. This is called the HRRR forecast model. I don't typically show you this, but it is a forecasting tool that I use on a regular basis. Now, what this model tends to do is it tends to be a lot more aggressive with showers and thunderstorms popping up. So knowing that, look what happens as we go through the day on Friday, today. Yeah, those clouds, remember that area of low pressure, those clouds coming in? But do you see any showers or thunderstorms popping up anywhere? Doesn't look like it. And you can see it's off to the east and off to the north as well. Now, we still had that fog and low clouds along the coast as well. And then we go into tonight. Now, late tonight, some of it just may clip. So with all of that said, let's take a look now at Futurecast. This is what I show you every day. There's the fog along the coast, not much in the way of cloud cover, but see some of the clouds kind of coming in later this afternoon. So what you'll see here, showers and maybe thunderstorms popping up east of the state line into Nevada. But some of it just may clip extreme eastern portions of Modoc County and maybe even Lassen County. There you can see around Fort Bidwell, maybe around Cedarville. Sure, you could see a stray shower or a sprinkle, maybe, just maybe even an isolated thunderstorm popping up. But most of it, as you can see, is off to the east. By the way, we look off along the coast here, yeah, you've got that fog continuing as well. Now, some clouds to start off the day on Saturday. Those should dissipate for the afternoon, but it will be a dry day on Saturday. And yes, that fog and the low clouds persisting along the coast, and that'll continue into your Sunday as well. Dry conditions for Sunday, temperatures starting to drop. Long range, yes, let's talk about this. So remember I was talking about that bit of that inside slider. That would support maybe a chance for showers off to the east and into Nevada. But again, the positioning of this low pressure system has been changing on a regular basis. So I'm still keeping that chance for showers in there for that little bit of ray of hope on Wednesday of next week. But it looks like it remains dry after that going into Thursday through the end of next week as well. But the Climate Prediction Center does have that wetter than normal conditions, but barely. When you get the light shades of green, that's in the lower percentage of seeing above normal above normal rainfall, that is. So it just doesn't look all that promising, quite honestly. All right, let's take a look at your wave heights, and there you can see they're going to be fairly low. There are no small craft advisories, there are no hazardous seas warnings or anything of that nature. Just note that the wave heights are a little bit higher as you start heading out there. There you can see those winds from the northwest at 5 knots. There's your high and your low tide, and just some of the patchy, dense fog that you'll have to deal with out there. Here's your forecast for Trinity County. There you can see 100 degrees for Weaverville, Douglas City 102, 97 in Lewiston. So really, for the Highway 299 corridor, probably somewhere in the upper 90s to just a little over 100 degrees in some spots here. For your North Coast neighborhood forecast, mostly cloudy skies on the coast with that chance for showers by Wednesday. Temperatures for the coast still cool today, mainly in the low 60s, but boy, what a difference, right? You head over into the inland areas, you're talking about temperatures over 100 degrees. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, still over 100 degrees along Highway 96, along I-5 there. Temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, but Wairika about 100, but 95 degrees for Mount Shasta City. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, 93 degrees for Fort Bidwell. If we see any shower activity, we're talking these 3 locations right here. Fort Bidwell, Cedarville, maybe Eagleville, but to the west of that, most likely looking at dry conditions here today. And then there's that chance for showers coming in by next Wednesday. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, mainly in the 90s, but some of the cooler spots like Viola, Mineral in the mid to upper 80s there. 96 degrees for Paradise and Shingletown, about 92 degrees. And your Valley neighborhood forecast to the south, just kind of hovering around that 100-degree mark. Some of us may just dodge that triple-digit mark, but it'll be hard-pressed to do that. 104 for Red Bluff, 105 for Redding, 100 in Lakehead, and Whiskeytown, a high today of about 99 degrees. So looking at your 7-day outlook for Redding, you got those temperatures dropping slightly. I mean, we're still pushing that 100-degree mark for Saturday, Sunday, but temperatures dropping more as we go into next week. Mid-90s Monday, Tuesday. Temperatures upper 80s to about 90 by Wednesday and Thursday.